Tan Books presents The Glories of Divine Grace by Father Matthias J. Scheeben, read for you by Gillian, Vance. Publisher's Preface. The Glories of Divine Grace will very likely become the most influential book a Catholic will ever read, and one of the most insightful. For it is all about sanctifying grace, which is none other than the life of God imparted to our souls at baptism. The entire purpose of this book is to show us what that fact should mean to us, and how it should affect and alter our lives. Indeed, how we who are baptized should therefore live. Few people, including most Catholics, ever give sanctifying grace a thought, other than to ask themselves whether they are in the state of grace. But the author of this book, an eminent German theologian of the 19th century, writes 60 chapters about the nature of sanctifying grace, how it brings about our union with God, how sanctifying grace works, the effects of it upon our souls, and how we can and should grow in it. If anyone with even a modicum of faith can read the first 2 pages of this book and not continue on through the end, it would be surprising. For The Glories of Divine Grace is not an abstract thesis in theology, but rather a popular book written for all Catholics to show them what an unbelievable gift God has given mankind in sanctifying grace. It is a book written with passion and for the salvation of souls, a book of rare understanding, and a book designed and written with a pen on fire to shock its readers into an understanding of what they have been for so long taking for granted, without ever really knowing what they possess, and which makes them vastly different in the elevation of their nature from those who do not possess this incomparable gift. What is sanctifying grace? It is none other than the life of God Himself imparted to the soul, whereby man is raised, in a true sense, to the divine level, and by which man becomes a friend and a child of God, an heir to heaven, and is thereby and thereafter pleasing in His sight, so long as man remains in the state of sanctifying grace. Sanctifying grace is our ticket to heaven, so to speak. When we die, we will ultimately go to heaven or to hell for all eternity, depending on whether or not we have sanctifying grace in our souls. The presence or absence of sanctifying grace in our souls at the moment of death will decide our eternal salvation or our everlasting damnation. How do we receive this admirable gift? It is received through the sacrament of the Catholic Church called baptism. And how can we lose?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?